Hey everyone, I'm Steph with Steph's Door Decor, and I make wreaths and sell them in my Etsy shop, but I also do DIY tutorials so that you can make them yourself. I've sold hundreds of wreaths in my Etsy shop and in local craft shows, so I'm going to show you how to put this lemon-inspired wreath together today. And I'm going to go step by step in how to assemble this, and we're using Deco Mesh, this super cute lemon sign, and ribbon and lots of floral. So stay tuned. In the meantime, subscribe to my channel. I do upload new videos all the time on how to do your own wreaths, and go ahead and hit that like button if you like this video.
To get started with this wreath, we're going to use this 21-inch burlap and jute Deco Mesh, and it's in a natural color. I really like using this Deco Mesh with a lot of my wreaths. It serves as a great base because it's a nice neutral color. You can see the jute woven throughout. And the reason that I like the 21-inch is because it provides a nice poof as we go along, and you'll see what I mean when we start assembling it. But when you order this wreath form, this is called a tinsel work wreath form, and it measures 15 inches in diameter, but once you put on all the Deco Mesh, it measures 24 inches across. So usually that's how they are identified on the websites, is by 24 inches. So you're going to gather up all the Deco Mesh into your hand and put it into the twist tie. Just place it right in and give it a couple twists. We're going to be adding quite a bit more to this wreath, so you can just give it a couple twists because you're going to reopen those again. And then come over about 10 inches. I started doing about 12 there and realized that was a little bit too long, so about 10 inches is what we're going to do. Go to the next twist tie over, open it up, and just twist in the Deco Mesh. And it's going to leave you a nice little poof. And I'm starting here on the inner ring, but you could start with the outer ring. It doesn't matter. It all just goes together. So keep going like this all the way around. This Deco Mesh, actually most Deco Mesh that you work with, it does tend to stick to, it was sticking to my shirt in this video. So I put it on the floor so I'd be able to work with it a little bit better. When you're all finished, you're going to not use up the entire roll of Deco Mesh, so go ahead and just cut it. And then we're going to secure this because it will fray a little bit, and I don't like that to show. So I just tuck it back around to the underside of the wreath and attach it with a chenille stem. Give it a few twists so it's nice and secure on there, and it's not going to get in the way or start fraying so that you're going to see it. So it is tucked back in here, nice and secure, and then I just wrap the chenille stem around the wreath. I don't want that sticking out either. Once it's all finished, you can take a minute and just fluff some of those poofs and get it nice and full and even, and then you're ready for the next step. We're going to add the ribbon next, and I like to use 4 different types of ribbon. I like to use 2 2.5 inch width and then 2 1.5 inch width. Typically that's what I use in a wreath. I find that it gives keeps it simple but gives a good variation of color. And in this particular wreath, I am going to cut 9 strips of each ribbon because there's 18 twist ties in the whole wreath, and I'm going to alternate with my ribbon in the pattern that I put into the twist ties. So we've got this cute lemon ribbon, and then I have that other yellow with a black and white stripe that I already cut. And I'm just going to cut all of the ribbon, and I do 15-inch strips. And once all of the 15-inch strips are cut, I will dovetail the ends, and I'll show you how to do that in a minute. And this is a black and white gingham. And then the last one is this black with white flowers, and the white flowers have a little yellow center, and they're so cute. All right, going ahead and finishing up the ribbon there. Each one is 15 inches. And then to dovetail the ends of the ribbon, you're going to take your ribbon, and I'm doing 2 at one time here, and you're going to fold it over and cut from the fold out to the outer corner, and that's how you dovetail. To attach the sign, you're going to figure out where you want to place it first. And in this wreath, I thought it would be cute over on the side. So I'm going to figure out and measure just approximately where I want to attach it and where I want my attachment points to be. So once I've done that, I am just going to attach it there and there. I'm going to show you how to do that. I'm going to take chenille stems, 2 of them, and just use my staple gun to give them a couple good staples and put them in place where I want them. And this will help to secure the sign nice and tightly to the wreath. A lot of times when you buy a sign, it comes with a little hanger, sometimes a wire hanger, sometimes just a little string, and usually that's not sturdy enough to attach to a wreath, so I like to make my own attachments. And then just give the chenille stems a little twist around those staples, and then it will be ready to put into the wreath. The next step is attaching it, and now that I have my chenille stems on there, I'm just going to take the chenille stem and wrap it right around the Deco Mesh and the wire wreath form so that it's nice and tight and secure on there and it's not going anywhere. Flip the wreath over and go ahead and give those chenille stems a few extra twists just to make sure they're nice and secure. Now you're ready to put the ribbon in the wreath, and this is the fun part because this is where the wreath really starts to come alive. So I like to put a 2.5 inch with a 1.5 inch ribbon, and you can start anywhere on the wreath and open up one of those twist ties, pinch the ribbon in the middle, and then just put it right into the twist tie. Give it a few twists. And then I spread apart the ribbon to make an X. I'm going to do that with the next set of ribbon, the lemon and the check. I'm going to pinch those in the middle and put those on the next twist tie over. And do the same thing with that, where I secure the tie and then I spread apart the ribbon to make an X. And I'm going to alternate my ribbon in this same pattern, going all the way around the top level of the wreath and then the bottom level of the wreath.
All right, so the next thing we're going to do is assemble the wreath and put on the picks that we've already prepared ahead of time. And if you want to see a video on how I prepare the picks, I have a whole video on that and I will link it for you here, and I will also put a link down below. So I'm gonna go ahead and use the lemons first. I'm gonna put those in there first, and then we'll fill it in with the flowers and the greenery. Doing the lemons first because they're a little bit larger than some of the flowers and they have the most pop of color, so we're gonna start with those. I'm not doing this over a table, so I'm hoping I don't get glue dripping, but oh, I'm gonna have, okay, there we go. All right, now I'm gonna put the next stem right about in here. Okay, and the next. I don't know about you guys, but my glue gun has been used and used and used over the years by me, by my girls, for different crafting things. I don't even know how old it is. It's probably 20 years old. So I actually took apart the leaves here from a different bouquet, took the lemons out of the bag that they came in and just assembled them to make these picks that look like this. So they didn't come like this, but you can make your own picks. So just because it doesn't come like this doesn't mean that you can't make something. So you just got to get a little bit creative. So check out that video on how I create this, and I show you step by step how that's done. I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing with the flower picks that I did with the lemons, and I'm just gonna look for places that I want to put some more color, and that's okay. I might just do 3 of the larger white daisies, and then I just have a couple of the miniature ones. And then we'll go ahead and add the greenery. Just kind of tucking those right in. Okay, and then these are the little miniatures, which are super cute. Okay, the next thing we're going to add is this boxwood, and this came in a large bundle, and again I took it apart and reinforced the tips to give it more stability. So we're going to add those.